Have you ever felt the crushing weight of holding on to resentment? That heavy, invisible burden that sits on your chest day after day, making every breath feel a little harder. Maybe it was a betrayal by a close friend, a hurtful word from a family member, or even a deep wound from a past relationship that still stings years later. You're not alone in this. Studies show that over 70% of people struggle with forgiveness at some point in their lives, and holding on to grudges can increase stress levels by up to 30%. According to research from the American Psychological Association. But what if I told you that letting go could be the key to unlocking a lighter, freer version of yourself? Today, we're diving into the emotional journey of forgiving someone who hurt you. And trust me, by the end, you might just feel inspired to take that first step. Forgiveness, it's a word we hear often, but what does it really mean? At its core, forgiveness is about releasing the hold that past hurts have on your present life. It's not about excusing the wrong or pretending it didn't happen. It's about choosing your own peace over prolonged pain. Why is this so important? Because forgiveness is essential for personal healing and growth. It allows us to break free from cycles of anger and bitterness, opening doors to better mental health, stronger relationships, and even physical well-being. Think about it. When we forgive, we're not just helping the person who wronged us, we're liberating ourselves. In this journey, we'll explore the challenges, the steps, and the incredible transformation that comes with true forgiveness. Whether you've been carrying a grudge for weeks or years, this is your guide to finding that inner release. Now, let's talk about the real problem: the emotional burden of not forgiving someone who has hurt you. It's like carrying around a backpack filled with rocks, each one representing a memory of betrayal, disappointment, or pain. Over time, that weight doesn't just tire you out, it starts to affect every aspect of your life. Psychologically, holding on to resentment can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and even depression. Research from Johns Hopkins Medicine indicates that people who harbor grudges have higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which can weaken your immune system and increase the risk of heart disease. Imagine waking up every morning with that knot in your stomach, replaying the hurtful event in your mind like a broken record. It steals your joy, clouds your judgment, and makes it hard to trust others. Take, for example, someone like Sarah, a composite of real stories I've heard. Sarah's best friend betrayed her by spreading rumors at work, costing her a promotion. For months, Sarah couldn't let it go. She found herself snapping at her family, losing sleep, and avoiding social gatherings out of fear of more hurt. The resentment became a barrier, isolating her from the people she loved and preventing her from moving forward in her career. And it's not just emotional, there's a ripple effect. Unforgiveness can strain relationships. As you project old hurts onto new people, it might make you overly defensive, quick to anger, or withdrawn. In extreme cases, it can lead to self-destructive behaviors, like overeating, substance abuse, or neglecting your health, all as ways to cope with the inner turmoil. But why is it so hard to forgive? Often, it's tied to our sense of justice. We feel that forgiving means letting the other person off the hook, or that it diminishes the validity of our pain. Misconceptions like forgiveness requires reconciliation or you have to forget to forgive keep us stuck. The challenge is recognizing that these burdens aren't punishing the wrongdoer, they're punishing us. The longer we hold on, the deeper the psychological impact, turning a single hurt into a lifelong chain. So, how do we begin this journey of forgiveness? It's not a straight path. It's more like a winding road with ups and downs, but understanding the steps can make it navigable. First, let's debunk some common misconceptions. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's a profound act of strength. It doesn't mean condoning the behavior or inviting the person back into your life. And no, you don't have to forget. True forgiveness remembers but chooses not to let it control you. The journey often starts with acknowledgement. Sit with your feelings, allow yourself to feel the anger, sadness, or betrayal fully. Journaling can help here. Write down what happened, how it made you feel, and why it hurts so much. This validation is crucial because suppressed emotions only fester. Next, shift perspective. Try to understand the other person's side, not to excuse them, but to humanize the situation. Maybe they were dealing with their own pain, insecurities, or mistakes. Empathy doesn't erase the hurt, but it softens the edges. A technique like cognitive reframing can be useful. Instead of "they ruined my life," think "this was a painful chapter, but it doesn't define my story." Then comes the decision to let go. This is active perhaps through meditation, therapy, or even a symbolic ritual like writing a letter you never send. Studies from the Stanford Forgiveness Project show that practices like mindfulness and compassion exercises can reduce resentment by 50% in just weeks. But forgiveness is iterative. You might forgive one day and feel angry the next. That's normal. Build support, talk to friends, join a support group, or seek professional help from a therapist specializing in emotional trauma. Tools like forgiveness worksheets or apps can guide you through prompts to rewire your thinking. Throughout this exploration, remember you're not just forgiving them, you're forgiving yourself for holding on so long. This development phase is where growth happens, turning pain into wisdom and vulnerability into resilience. And then, there's that pivotal climax, the transformative moment when you finally decide to forgive. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, heart pounding, knowing that jumping means freedom, but staying means safety and familiarity. For many, this key moment comes after a buildup of reflection and small releases. Picture this: after months of wrestling with the pain, you have an epiphany. Maybe it's during a quiet walk in nature, where the vastness of the world reminds you how small one hurt is in the grand scheme. Or perhaps it's in therapy, when you vocalize, "I release you," and feel the tears stream down as the weight lifts. In my own experience or those I've witnessed, this release feels electric. The emotional floodgates open. Anger dissolves into understanding, bitterness into peace. Suddenly, you breathe deeper, sleep better, and notice colors in the world again. It's not magical, it's neurological. Forgiveness activates the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine and reducing amygdala activity, the fear center. This newfound freedom is liberating. You reclaim your energy, no longer drained by rumination. Relationships improve because you're present, not haunted. Opportunities arise, new friendships, career advancements because you're open. The climax isn't just forgiveness, it's rebirth, where you step into a version of yourself unburdened by the past. In summary, the journey of forgiving someone who hurt you is profound and life-changing. We've seen the heavy emotional burden of resentment, the steps to explore and develop forgiveness, and that climactic release leading to freedom. The benefits are immense: improved mental health with reduced anxiety and depression, stronger relationships built on trust, and a positive shift in your overall life quality. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it empowers your future, turning wounds into wisdom. Now, it's your turn. What's one step you can take today toward forgiveness? Share your own experiences in the comments below.